A fresh flashpoint, an already fractious relationship. China and the Philippines locked in a diplomatic spat after Beijing imposed sanctions on Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro, drawing a swift response from Manila. The Chinese Foreign Ministry says Mr Teodoro repeatedly made what it called erroneous remarks, harming Beijing's interests and bilateral ties. Mr Teodoro, speaking at the Shangri-La Dialogue late May here in Singapore, describing China as a threat while accusing it of aggression in the South China Sea. Under the sanctions, Mr Teodoro, his wife and child are banned from entering mainland China, Hong Kong and Macau. Chinese individuals and organizations are also prohibited from conducting business or engaging in any form of cooperation with Mr Teodoro and his family. The Philippine defense chief is defiant, adamant that he will continue doing his duty, accusing China of targeting those who speak what he called the truth against their deception. The Philippine Armed Forces rallying behind the defense chief, describing Beijing's move as unilateral and ungrounded. Manila, meanwhile, is seeking talks with Beijing. Foreign Minister Theresa Lazaro stressing that it prefers diplomacy and dialogue over what the Philippine Foreign Ministry calls unfriendly acts, such as sanctions that further complicate ties. CNA's Si Hui joins us live from Beijing. Si Hui, China making some remarks about how the Philippines have reacted to those sanctions. What are those remarks?
Well, at today's Foreign Ministry press conference, questions were raised by journalists asking the spokesperson what exactly was it that the Philippines defense chief, what were the remarks that he had made that had enraged China? In response to that, the spokesperson said that he had made erroneous remarks that had harmed legitimate interests and undermined the Philippines and China relationship. But he did not specify what the comment was. Instead, he had repeated this answer three times throughout the conference to three different questions.
我想在这里强调的是，特奥多罗是菲律宾国内一小撮上蹿下跳反华分子的代表性人物。他这样肆意妄为，必然会自食恶果，损害的是菲律宾整个国家和全体人民的利益。
Analysts are saying that tensions are entering a new development, creating more geopolitical risk in the South China Sea, and this is despite earlier in the year, both sides had wanted to restore communication. Both sides had agreed to have joint Coast Guard patrols, but all of this started to fray in April when the U.S. and the Philippines, they had conducted annual military exercise in areas facing the South China Sea as well as the Taiwan Straits. 10 days later, China had also conducted their own combat drills in the South China Sea. And just earlier this month, the Philippines had protested when China had deployed a floating platform at a disputed shoal. Now, overall, this isn't the first time that China has sanctioned a Philippine leader. Last year, they had sanctioned a former Senator Francis Tolentino for his anti-China remarks, as well as his advocating for maritime rights in the South China Sea. So it's unlikely that tensions will dial down for the South China Sea issue.
Well, thanks. CNA's Si Hui there reporting live for us from Beijing.